Hello, this is Ronald with Indicator Vault, and in this video we're going to go over the Divergence Solution Indicator on TradingView. We have it for MT4 as well, but we're going to go over the one for, in this example on the TradingView platform. So let's go over here. You see I already have it on the chart, and it's a two-part indicator in the sense that it comes with the actual markups on the chart itself and the oscillator part. So just quickly go over the indicator and the settings, and you can have a show take profit and stop loss, which will show up there. You can have that on or off. Obviously you've got it up here too. And so it's got some MACD that you can change the settings. It's got RSI. You can change the settings for that. You can even have the RSI filter on or off so that you're just showing the MACD along with the moving average inputs. And then it has two different strategy options, whether you got the fast or the slow moving averages or the close over the both EMAs. So that's just a quick run through of the settings. Obviously got average true range as well. So it's got a lot in here, but I'm going to try and make this very simple to use it. And the main settings I would alter personally are what it's going to plot. Whether it's just regular bullish divergence, hidden bullish, or even the bearish divergence as well, regular and hidden. So let's get into it. Now you can see here how it's plotting all the divergences going on, right? Bearish and bullish. And I do also want to make a note of, if you change the settings in here for the oscillator part, you will also need to go into the chart indicator as well and change those settings to match up so that they are plotting the same divergences. Now I'm going to go over some possible trades that could have been taken on the 15-minute, but let's go up to the 1 hour first. And this is how I would personally make some notes of what divergences to use, because you can see it'll give you both along the way, but we want the highest probability divergences to play out as far as taking trades. And so we want to trade with the trend, right? So let's go to the higher time frame first, the 1 hour, and I'll even throw in one of our other indicators, the trend trading cloud. So we want to just trade with the trend, right? So right here we can see the cloud has now given us a sell signal, that it's now changed from bullish cloud to a bearish cloud. So let's just mark that candle that it changes on right there. Hide that. Drop back down to a 15-minute. So we've got the higher time frame trend bearish. So personally what I would do is I'd go into the settings and hide the bullish divergences. And gotta do it here as well. So the reason why is because we want to trade with the trend. We don't want any false signals. We want the highest probability trades to play out, right? We don't want to try and catch just little small moves knowing that the overall trend is bearish. And obviously it helps just to get rid of a lot of the noise and the clutter on the charts. So we can see how it clears it up. Now here's that vertical line where it changed. So after this blue vertical line is when we now have the higher time frame trend the trading cloud, telling us it is bearish. Well, one way I would personally view these divergences is inside of these ranges. So you can see from this candle to this candle, it has plotted the divergence, right? So this one is hidden where price has made a lower low and the oscillator has gone higher. So inside of this range, there's a few things you can do. In this example, I would be looking for the highest probability supply zone to be trading from. There's also other things you can do, like inside of this range, pull a fib where your highs and your lows are going to be more significant as far as anchoring your fib on those points. But I'm not going to show you that necessarily in this example. I just want to point out for this one, we've got the bearish divergence here. But if you remember on the higher time frame, the trading cloud, it's still bullish in here. And after here, it now changes to bearish. We still have this bearish divergence in play, which right as it changes, you have now this 15-minute supply zone. In a couple confirmations, this supply zone is responsible for breaking the structure of this low here, as we can see. We now have the 1 hour trend trading cloud has gone bearish here. And then great retracement into the new lower time frame supply zone right after the bearish divergence. And obviously we can see price has just continued to fall. But now let's go back. So that's that potential trade. Let's bring up the cloud again. So you could have written that down. The cloud has now gone bullish. But then here, it's now gone bearish again. Does some consolidation, but we're going to dive into that some more. So here is where it's gone bearish. So now we've got the higher time frame cloud on our side again. Let me hide that. And again, we're only keeping the bearish divergence because the overall trend is down. So after this, the cloud has gone bearish. And you can see we've got multiple signals here, but this is low probability trading. For one, it's during the Tokyo session, which is just going to be low volatility, especially for this pair, the Euro USD. They are just not trading much during this time. So, and you just got messy price action. There's nothing super clean in here. So like my example that I said earlier, let's just take this, for example, the divergences between this candle and this candle. So in between here, is there really any clean, supply and demand levels? And to me, there's not. This one is right in the middle of the range, but it already made this new lower low, but couldn't close below it. So it's not a significant break of structure to me. So a lot of this, you just have to filter out with your discretion and experience that there's this very low probability setups here. However, as it starts to play out some, this divergence here. Now again, we're still in the 1 hour bearish cloud. In between this range and this range, where the divergence is noted, there's a we can now spot the high probability supply zone. For one, it's between the range where the divergence is created. This candle is now responsible for breaking this low here. So I would mark that supply zone. See, price goes a little bit lower, creates this low, then another low, retraces back up into the supply zone and continues to fall. So that's just some ways I would be using this and looking at the Divergence Solution Panel and Indicator. Find the trend. And you don't have to just use the trend trading cloud. It is a very significant and powerful one to help you visualize where the trend is going, but there's others where you could add moving averages, like the 100 and the 50 or the 200 moving average. And if price is below the moving average, then you're looking for shorts. And so then you could just change the settings here that you're only spotting the highest probability divergences, because you want to just be trading with the trend. And in this example, it was mostly bearish. Obviously, we can see some more, this is about as picture perfect as you can get, spotting that supply zone in between the divergences and a huge move down just to end this most recent week. So that's the Divergence Solution Panel and Indicator. You can change the settings some as far as how you would like it, but even just the default settings are great, especially if you're trading with the trend. And, there's other MACD strategies you can use here as well. For instance, just spotting this as, this is green the whole way, which is fine. But then as it starts to get into red, we see this low here as it's, getting low, but that's still showing me there can still be some momentum for how strong it quickly moved down. And that if it's going to be a pullback, it's not going to be much of one, that the momentum has now shifted strongly to the bearish side. So you could take some partials below this low. As you can see, it wicks a little bit of retracement, but the MACD, in my mind, with it now shifting to, strong bearishness, says there's a little bit more momentum to the downside. Of course, we see that played out very well. So I hope this video was helpful, and until next time, best of luck trading.